Welcome back to the channel, guys. You're joining us as we leave Cape Melville, heading back towards Lakefield National Park, and we're just starting to realise that we're having some serious car troubles.
By the way, David, I just saw me blowing.
A bit too slow. Yeah, we did. Okay, so we've made it out of that track, obviously out of the national park now. So we've taken this opportunity to collect some firewood. We're also just after them water crossings. We're having a bit of issue with the alternator is overvolting or overcharging a little bit. So we'll see, hopefully that dries out as we come along this track. And just to prove we're not doing anything illegal, here's the map. That little dot is us. National Park is the green. So we are well clear of any national parks. We are allowed to collect some firewood here. And yeah, we want to use some tonight, have a bit of a fire and cook some stuff up in the camp oven. So yeah, we've just sort of collected this little pile. We're going to get that in the trailer, and then we'll be on our way. Yes, we've collected that firewood. We're back in the car. I just had another quick look at the camper trailer, and it is charging again right now. The code is gone and since I cleared it. The old WD-40, bit of spray of that in the alternator seems to have done the trick. It didn't look like it was working before we collected the wood, but now it appears to be okay. So yeah, we're going to see how it goes down the road and catch up with you up there somewhere. So yeah, just kind of skip that clutch out and just go steady across, a little bit your way. Yep. A little bit my way. Yep. Just steady, it's concrete, you don't need to go fast. Up over that and up and out. Steady, steady. Find somewhere up the top of the park. Had a bit of a lunch stop there at Kalpower at the crossing. It was pretty good, nice and hot. It's about 35 degrees, so we didn't stay too long, but it was nice and shady. So yeah, this is Red Lily. This is Red Lily Lagoon. The alternator issue was still a bit of a drama. It was still throwing that over voltage code, but after lunch it seemed to have corrected itself. Maybe just sitting there and heat soaking has evaporated the last of that water or whatever the problem was. It seems to be charging okay now again, so hopefully that's the end of that debacle until we get further up the coast to some of the other tracks. But yeah, we're not too far from camp tonight, so we've got about 20 kilometres or so to go. And yeah, we can keep motoring up the road. Had a bit of a chat to some fellas there at Kalpower as well. They'd come through the Starkey track, just 2 single vehicles. Joys of Cape York, everybody's rather friendly and is down for a chat. So yeah, we did that over lunch, and now we're going to make our way to camp and get there soon, I guess, so we can start a fire and get our dinner cooked.
Nibbles.
Chicken nibbles.
Nibbles.
Look at you, Gappy.
You need to stop saying chicken niggles.
Hey?
Nibbles.
Alright. This is our campsite.
I see it.
Good one. Bush turkey.
Where?
Scrub there.
Hey, we can get to the
Hey,
We can get to the water.
you do not go anywhere near the water. There is crocodiles in it. Alright, so yeah, we've just pulled into our campsite number 17 here at Hahn's Crossing, North Kennedy River, I believe it is, and it's started spitting. Hopefully you can see those, a few of those raindrops on the windscreen there. You would not read about it, eh? Alright, so we've set up camp now. That little rain shower didn't last for very long at all, basically just a little afternoon spit from one cloud. But yeah, we've set this up, got our fire going, and we're cooking some chicken nibbles, sweet whiskey glaze for dinner, and we're just going to have them with a packet pasta thing from Woolies. The kids like that, so if they don't eat the chicken they can eat the pasta. We're pretty close to the water here, you can see it over there over my shoulder. But yeah, there is a couple of signs for crocodiles, and obviously this riverway does have a lot of crocodiles in it. So we're camped well back. There is a sign that says we're not supposed to camp past it. We are almost on top of that sign. So yeah, we're going to obviously camp here. It's been the day for breakages. The alternator has started playing up again in camp here. It threw the code again just as we were disconnecting the trailer. And as the boys were putting their swag together, one of the aluminium poles has snapped on that end. So we've put some steel weld on that to try and fix that for tomorrow night. And tonight we've just jury-rigged it with a bit of rope in a tree, as all the bushies seem to do. And hopefully that's enough for them, and the pole should have enough strength by tomorrow. story time. The alternator, the old one, absolutely crapped itself. Started overcharging. My second mistake, first mistake being hitting the salt water too hard. Second mistake, I should have changed that alternator a lot sooner than I did. Yeah, overcharged the battery by quite some amount. The camper stopped charging because it was over its voltage, so the protections cut in on the DC-DC. Cooked all the acid out of the battery. And yeah, we got from Hahn crossing, we made it to, we're heading towards Musgrave. We're about 25 kilometres or so from Musgrave when the battery just completely carked it. The Prado was just jumping around and cutting in and out and all sorts of things, so I just turned it off straight away. Come to a rolling stop, everybody out of the car.
It was a crap day.
It was a crap day.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so we changed out the alternator on the side of the road there. A few people, 3 different people stopped to help us, or provide assistance at least. There was a gentleman, big shout out to him, Hilux, him, his mate, one of their missus, I guess, and a kid, a couple of dogs, camper trailer, didn't catch his name, but he, once I had everything back together, he pulled his battery out of his car, let me use it to start my car, and then took it back, which that was enough to get us into Musgrave. The car was still not particularly happy with not running a battery. Again, kept cutting in and out every now and then. The rolling momentum of the car was keeping it going, and the alternator would kick back in eventually. Yeah, that got us to Musgrave. We were hoping that they would have some batteries for sale. They did not, so we decided to keep pushing to try and come north towards Coen. We made it probably about 10 or 15 kilometres north of Musgrave. Mistake number 3, whatever we're up to now.
3.
We probably should have just stayed at Musgrave until we could get a battery to there, but it was going to be 4 days, which is why we decided to keep driving. We thought we might be able to just push it through. Mistake number 4 was we actually forgot to disconnect the camper. So while the car was running off the alternator only, the camper was still trying to draw current from it, as well as the fridge in the back of the car. Now, I think maybe if we disconnected those, we might have been a bit better off, but that's where we got. The car died, like I said, about 10 or 15 k's north of Musgrave. We still had about 90 kilometres to go towards Coen, so we ended up getting a flat tow on the snatch strap for 90 kilometres by a fellow. His name I did catch, that was Noel. Lovely gentleman, super appreciative, and he absolutely flat refused to take any form of payment, beers, money for fuel, nothing. He just did it out of the kindness of his heart, and I can't thank him enough. He towed us all the way into the general store at Coen, where we were able to pick up a battery. We had planned to go and camp at the Bend, which is just north of Coen, a nice little river camp, free camp. But with everything that was going on, we have ended up camping at the back of the Coen pub. Went in there for a nice meal last night and a few well-deserved drinks. Not only did I buy some heavy beers instead of the light ones I had been drinking, but at the pub itself we also got a couple of rums. Well, I got rums, Ruthie got some ciders. And we've managed to fix a few of the issues that we have been having with the car. Obviously the electrical stuff, so the new battery and the new alternator seem to be running fine now. Obviously we haven't driven particularly far, but they all seem to be charging. We've got the camper batteries are charged back up. We've got the lithium pack in the car is now on the solar panel. You can see it's getting quite bright out behind me there. So that's charging up, all the devices are charging up, including our little jump pack, which we've worked out is enough if there's a little bit of voltage in the battery, but it won't completely start the car if there's no battery or no voltage at all. But for now it is charged up, and it will sort of help us still a little bit. It's more electrical charge that we can use. So that's where we're at. We've decided to change up our plans a bit. We're no longer going out to Chili Beach, and we've decided to skip the Frenchman's Track. Okay, so we've done some washing here. Ruthie's just come back with that. Yeah, she had a nice hot shower, was able to wash her hair last night, so she's super happy. Somewhere along the line we knocked the wheel alignment out on the trailer. That I've fixed that, and we've fixed the yeah, like I said, we fixed the headlights. Well, one of them had blown from the salt water, and yeah. Oh, and Ruthie's chair, we had to fix Ruthie's chair as well because it's a bit complicated, and some of the bolts and nuts had fallen out of that and it wasn't unfolding, so we fixed that. Just a whole really tough day. I don't know how much of this rant is going to make it into the edit, but we'll see. So to wrap up, the list of things that went wrong was the alternator, the car battery, the camper batteries weren't charged, we had to turn the fridge off, fridge freezer. The lithium pack was not charged, we had to run that drinks fridge off last night. Ruthie's chair, the wheel alignment, the indicators, which I still can't quite work out, the normal headlight, and the light bar under the roof rack. All had problems. Most of those we've gotten fixed, and so we're going to carry on our journey.